Hey folks, what's up? I'm Chef Jesse here. Here's my apron. Actually, that's a souvenir that I got from Puerto Rico when I went to Puerto Rico for the first time in 30-something years. I went to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico once in 1973, and then I went back 2 years ago, so many moons ago, right? I don't know. Anyway, folks, today, of course, I'm wearing this apron because I'm going to be doing some Latino dish. I'm going to be making some pork chops, first of all, right? And give me a second here. Okay, so I'm just making some rice. I'm going to be making a Latin dish. I'm going to be making some pork chops with some yellow rice and some maduros. Okay, maduros are plantains that have been ripened. They're like yellow, and I'm going to fry those. And that's for Gilbert. For myself, I'm having, these are green plantains, and I'm going to be making a dish called Mofongo. Now, you guys know how to make mofongo probably than I do. I don't know, but I think I make a pretty good mofongo. At least I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Chef Jesse. But anyway, I'm going to be, mofongo is basically this green plantain smashed up with garlic and some chicharron, and then it's fried. Well, it's fried first, and then it's mashed. And I'm going to be putting in some chicharron. I'm going to be putting in some garlic, and you're going to show me. I'm going to show you how to. I'm going to put the garlic in there, and I'm going to be putting a couple more ingredients in there. And this is going to be my mofongo, and I'm going to smash it up, and then I'm going to create what they call a mofongo. Okay, and a mofongo. This is typically eaten in Puerto Rico, and I did some study on it, and it's actually comes from the Indians, a mixture of the Indian Tainos that were there and the Spaniards. Believe it or not. So that's where mofongo originates from, and I know they do it in other places, other Latino countries. You know, like in Santo Domingo, I think in Cuba. You know, they do mofongo, but I think mofongo, if I'm not wrong, I know somebody will correct me tonight, comes originally from Puerto Rico. It's like a traditional Puerto Rican dish. So, I don't know. So anyway, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this mofongo. Hello, mofongo, come in, mother. So first of all, some people don't know how to peel a plátano, a green plantain. So I'm going to show you that it's not that hard. It really, so let's go and I'll show you. So first of all, I'm going to start by, I like to, maybe people do it differently, I don't know, but I like to cut the ends off. Okay, like so. This guy so is real familiar with me. Okay, so I'm going to cut these. I'm going to be using 2 big plantains, because I don't want a big giant mofongo, it's for me. And this stuff grows actually. When you boil it, it gets bigger. So I'm gonna make a little slit from the top to the bottom, trying not to hit the plantain itself. And look at that, this is a beautiful knife that I got. Anyway, and then I'm gonna start peeling it like this, okay? And this is what I do, and it's really easy once you get that first initial crack in it, okay? So, and then, there it goes. And then you can use your fingers, tip of your finger, and you can start peeling it. Okay. Sometimes it's hard. You can run it under warm water if it's giving you problems, but this one seems to be coming out fine. Okay. So you're gonna peel this, and then after I peel this, there you go. Let me see. Let me show. I want to show you how this is done here. After this is done, okay. Now. That gives you sometimes problems. You can, like I said, you can run it underneath hot water, warm water, and it will peel easier. But look, this seems to be coming out almost in one piece. And there you go. I'll pick it up. Somebody will pick it up. There you go. I got no time for this. So here we go. There you go. Look at that. So there goes the plantain. It's completely peeled. Okay. So you know how to do that already? Okay. So there goes my second plantain. I told you I was going to peel 2 of them. So look at that. Came right off. Hey, look at that. You see? So there goes my second plantain. Okay, so I got 2 of them. And then I'm going to show you next what I'm doing with these plátanos. So I'm going to cut these into little, about 1 inch, 1 inch wheels or ½ inch wheels. Like that. Like that. Not too thick and not too thin. Okay, very simple. Okay, and I'm gonna put these in a bowl like this. Okay, and there you go. There you go. Oh, we lost one. So I'm going to put some water in here, like so. There you go. And I'm going to put some salt into the water. Because these things have a little bit of a bland flavor. So I'm going to put salt. And I'm going to leave it there for maybe about 15-20 minutes so they can get salty. Use about, I don't know, 3 tablespoons of salt or something. Not too much, but not too little, okay? Now, plantain is sort of a little bit dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be making 1 cup. I have 1 cup of water here, and I'm adding a actually chicken broth. This is made by a company called Herb Ox. It doesn't contain any ox though. It's just the name. And yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be like it's a broth, and I'm going to be using this when I mash up my plantains. To make the mofongo, I'm going to be adding this little by little, just in order for the plantain not to be dry, because plantain tends to be very dry. So I'm going to start cooking this, breaking it down, okay? And I'm just going to make this a broth, and I'm going to set this to the side, because this is what I'm going to be using when I start to make my mofongo. So stay tuned. So also now while I'm cooking my broth, I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? And I'm going to set this very low, very, very low as I could. And I'm going to start cooking 4 cloves of garlic, but I'm not going to peel them because I'm just going to throw the whole cloves in there, and I'm going to let this cook in there with the olive oil. And I'm going to show you why I'm not going to peel them, because I'm going to show you why. So folks, so far, I hope you got me, okay? So I'm making the broth, the chicken broth, and I'm going to set it aside. When it boils and it breaks down, I'm going to set it to the side. I'm going to take 3 or 4 cloves. I'm going to cut the ends of the garlic, okay? I'm going to cut the ends, and then I'm going to fry these, sort of. And this is when it's nice and when it starts to release the garlic juice and everything, the skin is going to pop right off. And it's going to get soft, like creamy. So stay tuned, because I'm going to show you how it looks. So my garlic is getting done, and it smells delicious. It's starting to smell, the whole house is starting to smell like garlic. There's nothing more smelling good than roasted garlic. So this roasted garlic will be, I'm going to roast it a couple more minutes. Okay, yeah. And then what I'm going to do, see if you can notice, the skin is coming right off. So I didn't have to go through the trouble stomping it or anything. Look, it comes right off. Look at that. Look at the skin. The skin came right off. Look at that. Peeled right off. Okay, be careful, it's hot. There it goes. Okay, all of it came off. So I'm going to do the same for all the other ones. Then I'm going to put it in a plate, set it to the side, because I'm going to smash this up when I get the plátano ready. So folks, it's quite busy in the kitchen here today. I made my yellow rice already. I roasted my garlic already. I'm cooking my plantains, my yellow plantains, the maduros. And I'm going to set those to the side, and I'm going to start frying my green plantains to make my mofongo. My pork chops are being done in the air fryer, and there's about 5 more minutes left, and they're looking good because they're looking nice and healthy in the air fryer. So stay tuned, because I know you want to see how I make this mofongo, so stay tuned. Okay folks, so the kitchen is in action right now. I have my maduros I made already. I put them in the oven to keep them warm. I got my pork chops in the oven, keeping them warm. I have one more pork chop actually in the air fryer, because I didn't like to overcrowd the air fryer. So I have one more, and it's got about another 11 minutes to go. So by the time I do the mofongo and everything, that other pork chop should be done, and then we're gonna eat dinner. So it's kind of late, but by 8:30 we're gonna eat dinner. I'm telling you, stay tuned. So folks, I'm gonna I'm frying my plantain. I'm gonna start throwing my plantain to start creating my mofongo. So look how it's going. Okay, so I got this pot here with olive oil, and I'm going to start taking my pieces that are mostly done, nice and crispy. Do you see that when it hits that? Okay, and I'm going to put them in here. Okay, okay, there you go. And stay tuned. Okay, so I'm taking my pieces of plantain, the ones that are more crispy or more done, and I'm starting to put them in this pot here that I'm using. And I'm looking for the crunchier ones, okay? Because I'm looking for that nice crunch, not overcooked, not undercooked, either way. Okay, so, and I'm gonna start smashing these. And I'm gonna smash them carefully, okay? There you go. Making sure they don't bounce out of the pot. There you go. It's not looking like much, but you're gonna see how this comes together in a few minutes. Okay? So I'm matching, oh, they're flying all, okay. Now there's a lot of ways to do this, but I guess you know, but just in case you don't know, this is the way I'm doing it, okay? So I'm smashing this up, so stay tuned because, oops, stay tuned because I'll be right back.